buddy. It's going to be okay. I'm going to take this moment to do the unthinkable, which is a thing that a lot of people won't like. I know the silent majority is on board with me, so I just want to say, not only is it going to be okay, but this is incredibly bullish. Says the permable. I know. I can already see the comments. Everybody. I want to talk about this dip that's going on right now, the crash, the flash crash. Really something all my years in crypto, I've not seen much like it. So before we dive into the charts, I want to kind of go over a few things. I don't know about you. I saw this before I was about to go live. Raoul Pal desperately trying to move money out of bank into crypto, near impossible in any reasonable time. Anyway, still a gift. I was literally, I have people over. My neighbor was just in the office with me, and I bought ADA, and we're going to talk about that. I was trying to buy dog, and I was having trouble on Kraken. I don't know if anybody else was having trouble on Kraken, but I managed to buy some ADA, and I want to discuss the price action of everything happening. This is the altcoin market cap. This is everything, excluding Bitcoin. So if you're out there, hit the like on the way in. I appreciate your support. I thank you for kind of cruising through. And we're going to talk about altcoin charts. I do want to look at the Bitcoin charts, Ethereum charts, ADA charts, and we'll just glance around at what's going on. But all in all, everybody, what's nuts about it is key targets are being hit right now. And it was the tariff news that drove this event. So please hit the subscribe on your way in. If you're not in our intelligence system, we'll be kind of dabbling around with this a little bit. Here's our ADA intelligence risk model. Look at that wick right now. This is insane. ADA falling to a 33 right now. Get back there. We have a free trial going on right now. Hit the link below. So here's the deal. I saw this. Time to retweet this. This is Matt over here at Bitwise, a CIO. Here's what he's reposting. So before I dig into the charts, I want to read this to you. I just know, the silent majority of you, the ones that don't comment, are so down with this. I am so down with this. When the crypto market rips, everyone says, I'll buy Bitcoin if it just pulls back to wherever. Then when the dip happens, they don't act because the market doesn't feel good at that point. And it never does. It doesn't feel good at the point. One solution, write the price at which you want to buy on a sticky note and put it on your monitor. It never feels good when you buy the dip. The dip comes when sentiment drops. Writing the number down can be a good form of discipline. So it's funny because I just posted this while the dip was happening. It's right in line with what Matt was saying. And it is. I've never seen anything like this. I don't know what else to do except for uncomfortably buy. That's all I was doing. I had no time to think. What's insane, and I thank Binance for this, is there's a dog chart. So here's ADA on Coinbase, okay? Okay, it dipped to 61 cents on Coinbase. Thank you, Binance chart, that I always use for being on my screen, because I was sitting here, I just got into the office, it was wicking into 29 cents. I was frantically opening Coinbase, I was buying ADA during the move. I'm sitting here thinking I'm buying ADA at 29 cents. I was buying on Coinbase. I was not buying at 29 cents on Coinbase, obviously. But all in all, I was buying the dip. I was buying the wick that you see there. And here's what it looks like on ADA on Coinbase. So I imagine I was buying the lower 60s. And as we do dive into analysis in this video, I just want to mention to you, it's not, and it wouldn't be the first time, right? You can get a crazy wick. Here's one. If you just zoom out, this is a daily chart. This is February 2025. And then you see how it just keeps trickling down in the next week. It could happen. Don't think every wick that looks so beautiful like this, 200-day moving average support on something like ADA, that's it. The bottom is in. It very well could be. Be careful. But just be aware of that. But long story short, we're going to talk about some epic targets that have been hit that we've been talking about for weeks anyway. So let's start. And obviously, you all know what's happening. Everybody in the chat is probably like, this is crazy. This is just crazy. But $250 billion wiped out from the crypto market cap today. This was at 5:08 p.m. I'm sure this is, I don't know what it is now, but that's just insane, everybody. A quarter of a trillion. Bitcoin plunges 6K after Trump's China tariff. The market didn't wait. Seconds after Trump's 100% tariff announcement on China, Bitcoin tanked over 5%. You know what's crazy, everybody? Like, think about this. It's always the news headline events, and it's just like the markets were waiting. The exchanges, the market makers, whoever, they're waiting for the headline, that nice headline to just crash it to wherever they want to crash it to. And you see the wicks on these candles. You see where everything crashed to. And this was the headline. Trump did what he did. Boom. Everybody, if I would have seen Trump, 100% tariff announcement on China, I personally I would not be sitting over here like, oh, I got to go sell my crypto. I can't believe that announcement. And I almost guarantee you, like 99.9% of you watching this video wouldn't be selling. People aren't out there like just dumping all their crypto because Trump announced 100% tariff. It's just a headline event that's going to wash the markets out once again, as we've seen. Let's just start talking about some charts. There's a lot I want to go over now. But one thing is the Bitcoin dominance chart. This will be interesting to keep an eye on. This is a weekly view, so we need to have weekly patience. But we've been talking about this move, right? The 20-week getting ready to fall below the 50, and we're getting this pullback to the area. Interestingly enough, check this out on the Bitcoin dominance chart. A wick up to like 63%. Right now, our candle is below the 20 and the 50, right in that area. So this will be something to monitor even over the weekend, the next 2 days, 3 hours. Let's see how this weekly candle closes. But Bitcoin dominance pumping right now as the 20s trying to cross below the 50 is a normal technical move. Let's look at Bitcoin charts. This is Bitcoin on the monthly, but let's kind of change this view to, we can just go to the daily. This is the daily chart. Let me zoom in a little bit. But you can just see Bitcoin dipping on this chart to 109,000. And it depends. All charts are going to look different, right? Here's KuCoin at 102,000. I think on an exchange, it dipped below 100,000. Just absolute, flash crash for Bitcoin and crypto. Here's another good example, actually. If you just look at this Bitcoin chart, here is the same thing, February. Look at that. Boom, right? It just starts crashing, and then it went lower, right? So let's not sit here and say bottom's in. Very, very good possibility for that. But let's cruise over. I really want to talk about altcoins, specifically Ethereum. I want to just show you a clip. This is from October 1st, 9 days ago. Check this out. Plays right into what's going on right now, everybody. $4,300 Ethereum at the time. You see price falling, and then we're pulling back into the area. If we get resistance, just please know, if we get a drop on crypto markets, a move to the mid 3,000s for Ethereum is normal in play. People will be so frustrated if something like this happens. I will be doing videos still bullish, not only because the technical move is normal, but even we have something like the shutdown data saying, okay, you know what? I am doing a video now in this flash crash. Let's go look at the Ethereum chart. Let's monitor the technicals here. And if I clean it up a little bit, check it out. There it is. This is a weekly. Let me change it to a daily. It'll be a lot easier to kind of see what's going on here. There's the flash crash to the apex, the upper trend line, a multi-year Ethereum trend line. We've anticipated it. If you've been watching my videos, I've been doing these videos almost 8 years on this YouTube channel. It's not always the same thing that triggers a technical move. Sometimes it's nothing. Oftentimes it's a headline news event that triggers a move to a target. In this case, Ethereum made a very normal technical move, and it just played out very nicely. So what we were tracking was kind of like this triangle setup, right? And we were tracking this fake out to the downside, like a pullback, and then boom, a crash to the downside. And it's basically what happened, right? Out of the apex of this triangle. Now we've hit this target to the apex of the multi-year triangle. And now, again, I don't like to ever sit here and say bottom is in. Sometimes I might post that on X, like if I'm just like feeling a little froggy. But be careful. We could trickle further into the apex in the coming week, especially if there's other headlines that's going to drag us down even more. But note that the move is normal. I just really want to say that. The technical move is normal. It's not liked. I realize that, but it's normal. Here's the altcoin market cap chart. The frustration for altcoin holders is most illustrated here. It's just like, here's the altcoin season fake out from just last year. Remember November breaking out into the end of 2024. And then we're really at this resistance area, all-time highs not being broken. What's going on? Come on. And then now we're just boom, flash crash. We've had the 20-week, the 50-week in play for this chart to kind of trickle down to if markets were not ready to just pump yet. And they've not trickled down. They've flash crashed to the area. But again, that move to those moving averages, especially as this out of the bear market, this series of higher highs, higher lows, the frustration of these markets, that move at this point, if you've not noticed, and sometimes we have to adapt with technical analysis and our approach here, but the move is normal. And I don't want to say this because it's nice to think that was it. The wick is in, the bottom is in, time to go sideways and up, right? I like to think that, but be very careful. There is a possibility that we do trickle even more kind of into this territory here. So please keep that in mind. I've been doing videos about all of the bullishness on the macro for crypto, whether that be gold leading crypto in terms of a leading indicator for altcoin season and bull market, the business cycle that we are kind of entering, this quantitative tightening to not even quantitative easing, but the slowing down of QT. There's a lot of things lining up. Pro-crypto legislation, altcoin ETFs, market structure bill, everything. There's a lot of reasons to be bullish right now. Way more than to be bearish on the macro. So that doesn't mean the short to midterm might not be frustrating, because it very well could be. So here's ADA on this is ADA on the Coinbase chart. I mean, the dip, I think earlier today, I think I saw ADA at 77. I was just like, we're at 77. We've gone through this whole dip now, and we're almost back at that price. Talk about crazy. And again, I'm very happy I had the Binance chart up. I thought I was buying like sub 30 cent or 30 cent ADA. But I was buying probably somewhere on the Coinbase chart, somewhere in that wick, and that's fine. And it might not be the bottom for ADA in this move. This is a very new type of, this is all transpiring right now. Let's see how this plays out even overnight. I'll be doing an update, obviously, tomorrow for crypto. But let's see. Right now, the move for ADA is at the 200-day moving average. And one thing I will note is our risk model for ADA, you can see it's already charting that move in our risk model, that wick. Right now, our risk model for ADA is at 33. It's insane that we're just still consolidating. We're close to the 20s. You go to altcoin market cap, sitting at a 28 right now. And we are still at pre-bull market numbers with this now new short-term environment. Look at Bitcoin at a 50, almost back into the 40s. Altcoin market cap at a 30. So we're in this like short-term oversold environment now in pre-bull market on the macro in terms of our risk models. So that's ADA analysis. So wanted to kind of go over that. Everybody, I haven't really looked at the chat much, but I hope you're all doing good. If you're out there, we got 180 likes, almost 8,000 people. Smash that like. I haven't done a live stream in a while. I hope I still got it. Sweet at 50 cents. I opened up that chart for a moment. Did it? It didn't go to 50 cents, did it? I mean, here it is at 2 on Coinbase. Insane. I bought the dip. I bought the dip, everybody. I absolutely bought the dip. So I would say sentiment is mixed out there. A lot of people kind of going crazy. A lot of trash talkers. I hope they have a great weekend. Bought some Sui and Toshi. Frustrating. A lot of people frustrated. I get it. I'm not going to sit here and say not to be frustrated. I bought on Coinbase. I was unable to buy on Kraken. I was having loads of trouble on Kraken. What's insane, October, it is hilarious. My neighbor was in my office when all this was happening, and I was like, October, let's go. And what's funny is October could end green. Welcome to crypto. That's what's crazy about it to me. I love all you guys out there that are just like cool and positive, not complaining, not talking trash. I really do. It's how you win here, everybody. This is how you win in crypto. It's final shakeout. Bro's been saying this multiple times. That's not what I've been saying. You should watch my analysis. Even with ETH, look at this move. Been calling for this apex move for, man, I don't even know how long now, but we got the move. A headline event triggered it. Pay attention. What a candle. What a candle for real. Man. I saw somebody bought, I think they said they bought SWI for $1 on Kraken. It's insane. In case you're just tuning in, what triggered this is, it's pretty ridiculous, really. Because I know none of y'all are out there like, no, Trump posted about tariffs, 100% tariff on China. Bitcoin, I'm just selling all my crypto. But that's what did it. The market didn't wait. Seconds after Trump's 100% tariff announcement on China, Bitcoin tanked over 5%. That's what happened, everybody. And it is what it is. So just to really round things up for you, everybody, we're hitting targets on the altcoin market cap chart, even on the Bitcoin dominance chart. This throwback to these moving average areas on the weekly is something. It's such a normal move. It will be very interesting to see how the weekly candle closes for Bitcoin and for something like ADA. If we go to the ADA chart, the Binance ADA chart is too much. Sitting at 58 cents. So here it is on Coinbase sitting at 72 cents. I'm just going to let the price action kind of do its thing for now. I'm not going to try and sit here and call support, call the bottom. But this move pretty, if I bring up, I don't know where all my charting went, but like we were tracking some type of wedge on ADA. We were getting this little pull back to the upside. We got resistance at these moving averages. Like rejection here is normal, right? And we've had target to the mid 60s for ADA. And so far we've hit that. So now it's kind of just, let's see how structure forms on the very short term and really going even into next week, how all of these markets kind of line up and how the structure and what support we get over the weekend, how that lines up, because, you know, nobody knows where the bottom is going to be. But I do know the move from a technical perspective is good. The macro, the fundamentals look insane for crypto right now, everybody. I really don't know what else to say. Like, if you thought crypto is going to be like this easy thing that you're just in for 1 year, 6 months, even 2 years, and boom, you're just set because you're just going to get like clockwork, this parabolic bull move. Well, who said it was going to be that easy? Whoever said it was going to be that easy? And so I want to encourage you right now, stop thinking about just making easy money. Stop thinking about that. Start thinking about long-term, macro. What is happening with the crypto space? As a value investor, how can you prepare? Because I'm telling you, especially this altcoin market cap chart, this is one of my favorite charts. We're hovering, we're below. We just wicked well below last cycle's all-time high for altcoins. And we have the most bullish ingredients for an altcoin bull market that we've ever had. So I'm sorry that from bear market lows, you haven't gotten a move like this, okay? But you've gotten higher highs and higher lows. You've gotten time to prepare. We've got time to just study the charts, study what's going on in the markets. I'm just grateful for this opportunity, and I'm a macro bull. So we'll track the short term, we'll track the volatility, all that good stuff. But everybody, crypto is bullish. You're not going to change my mind right now on that. And especially when we get events like this that are triggered by tariff news, when we've already had this high fear event multiple times, I'm even more bullish. Let's allow more downside. Let's see what support holds for Ethereum specifically in terms of altcoins. Let's see what support holds here at the whole apex, not just this upper trend line. We have the 200-day moving average around 3,100. The target has been mid 3,000s. So really, let's see how Ethereum holds at that target. So I didn't want to make this long. I have people over, but I wanted to do a video just because this is insane to me. This doesn't happen all the time. So I appreciate all of you in the comments. If you're out there in the comments, smash the like button for me. That support means a ton. I really appreciate all of you, everybody cruising by, watching. I'll put a link in the comments below to our risk models. If you want to get back there, we just added CAS. Last week we added XLM. We've got our exit planners. Start planning your exits. Here's a nice demo Bitcoin view. Start planning price speculation. Get back in risk mode, activate risk mode, unemotionally plan your exits for when we get into these high risk levels like we've seen in previous bull markets, and start planning your exits unemotionally. Don't be emotional in this market. So we have a free trial going on right now, everybody. This has been a very fun company to build. We just added this dashboard not long ago. Go set up your dashboard. And if you don't like it, just cancel before the trial's over. So once I upload this and end the stream, I'll put a link below. But either way, everybody, I appreciate you. I hope you have a good start to your weekend. Try not to be too discouraged out there. And I'll see you all in the next video. Have an awesome night, and God bless.